What's up to those who are tuning in, new to tuning in, will tune in? How y'all doing? So as you can see by the title of this video, it's basically about white people getting high paying jobs with damn near little to no education regarding the position or just education in general for what the position requires. Um I'm currently in Atlanta or the surrounding Atlanta area, and I have known so many white people in this particular area that have only high school diplomas, maybe an associate's degree. But these people are holding HR managerial positions, COO positions, and have little to no formal education to even receive it. And if that's not a slap in the face to black people, I don't know what is. And not only is it a slap in the face to black people, but it should be a wake up call that corporate America is not for us. And when you do work in corporate America, because you happen to get that job that you work so hard to get, getting put in student loan debt, when you do get that position, you get treated so horribly on a job, so bad to the point where you want to quit. There's this one chick, and then not to forget to mention that they start their own out young. And when I say their own, it doesn't necessarily have to be a family member. This is just how white people stick together in the corporate sector. These folks they start these white people off young, early 20s, being managers and, HR managers and stuff like that, like recruiters, just jumping out of high school getting paid $25 an hour with no real experience. While a black person with all the experience in the world with an associate's degree gets told, well, sorry, you don't meet the requirements. We need a bachelor's. Or they'll just tell you that you're not in Atlanta. They'll tell you that you're not a good cultural fit. The corporate sector is so racist, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows that by now. You should, at least. It is so racist. You see a black man in a position with power, he got to have a white woman. And when I say a position of power, I'm talking about getting corporate dollars, rubbing shoulders with these white people, because that's the only way that you can get a whole lot of money, unless you're an entrepreneur. And even with that, you need capital to some extent. Even if it's just $50. If you ain't got no job, $50 is a lot of money. $20 is a lot of money. You can stretch that out for a whole meal for the week, or try to at least get you a whole pack of noodles and you good. So in this game called corporate America, you see, I haven't experienced this as of yet. Well, maybe I have, but not to a large extent. But for a lot of black people, you see a lot of these young white kids who are at the job. They're younger than you, but they have positions over you. And that is very, very aggravating. Very aggravating. I'm pretty sure of it. But now what I've seen is people that were only like 2-3 years older than me, the same age as me, maybe a year younger than me, and positions over me when I was working in certain corporate settings. And I was like, you cannot be fucking serious. Because these people ain't got no experience. But then it's like, you can't really be mad because white people stick together. I mean, that's just what the fuck they do. It's not like you can go and say, why are y'all not giving me this opportunity? Like, that makes no sense. To be begging these folks for anything. It's crazy because a black person can go on a job interview and nail it and still get told that you're too overqualified for this position. I've seen that. They don't want to give you the job because you deserve more pay, but you knew what the fuck you was going there for. So how you gonna tell me that I deserve more pay? And that's the reason why you're turning me down. But I read the job description and I was okay with it clearly. So what the fuck are y'all talking about? This is the shit black people got to go through in corporate America. Now, what I am saying is that unfortunately, a lot of the times you have able-bodied, well-bodied black people who are not on drugs, who are not crazy, who are not illiterate, and they get stuck at these low-paying positions. And then you have certain people, unfortunately, that want to call these individuals bums, or you just ain't getting it, or whatever the case. There are not too many ways for a black person to be successful and truly themselves. It's not too many ways in America. You do got black girls that are strippers. You do got black dudes that sell what they sell and do what they do on the side, however they do it. You are getting a splurge of entrepreneurs nowadays, but even that is limited because again, you do have to have connect to an extent, and you do have to have capital. But there are not too many ways that black people are really getting it. So working these low paying jobs in corporate America, working at McDonald's, working at Burger King, working at Popeyes, working at these retail stores, this is Walmart. This is something that black people have had to glorify and say, well, at least I'm bringing home something. This is some bullshit. While your managers is a white person who ain't had no experience, but because he's white, then boom. And they may hire a black assistant manager who don't work damn near all her life, tooth and nail, just to get to that position. And half the time, her ass is too old to be working in those positions anyway. You black, you fuck up on an interview just by answering one question wrong. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to answer no question wrong. You just ain't a good fit. They decided to move on. With black people, the depending the pending, I hope that's a word. The depending factor on whether or not you get a job is based on how many black people are being hired, what quota needs to be met, do you fall in that quota as a black male and or female, and how that person is feeling that day. How much ass you kiss. You got to stroke a lot of ego. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Now in DC, because I did live in DC for a little bit, uh jobs take forever to get in DC. I don't know why. You can apply for a job in January and you won't hear back from them in April, and then you won't start working until June. That's how that stuff is set up in DC a lot of the times. But in DC, there's a lot of black people in the HR department. It's a connection thing in DC, whether it be through school, sorority, but there's a lot of black people that are over the jobs in DC. Every person that I interviewed with in DC was black. Every person. And when I finally did get to the interviews, and instead of all the rigmarole that they had us going through, I had offers, which was a beautiful blessing. DC is really good for that. Really good for that. Especially if you're going to school or whatever type of connection you have, you don't have to worry about certain levels of racism when you're working in DC. Your ass go down south, further south, you're gonna have a problem. You are going to have a problem. The hiring managers in DC, the black people, they can be rude, but I mean, it's more out of, I've experienced some rude. It was this guy, he was rude, but he was more so, it was more so funny as hell. It was an arrogance. But I mean, it's a lot of black people with positions, high positions in DC. Yes. That will hire you and say you got the job. Don't even trip. You good. Don't trip. Don't trip. But yeah, that's what I wanted to get off my chest. Black people have to become entrepreneurs in order to get any type of financial freedom. Not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. Shouts out to Jay-Z. He just made history as hip hop's first billionaire. So shouts out to him. Black people, listen. I understand that, you know, people have their own personal thoughts and have conjured up or gathered up their own personal ideas and or information regarding these black celebrities. But whether or not you like them or not, what we all have to understand is whether you're rich and black, poor and black, whether you're a celebrity and black or you're not and black, the main common factor is we have all been given a disadvantage in this system because of our race. And what you can learn from any successful black person is that whatever you are looking to do it. It is achievable. It may not take, you may not be able to achieve your success in the same route that they did, because a lot of the times it was given to a certain extent. There was help from someone that was white. But understand that ownership of your talent, of an idea, is one of the ways to financial freedom and emotional freedom. Working in a corporate sector is an abusive relationship between a slave and a slave owner. Black people cannot work on jobs and have peace. It's just not going to happen. Either your ass gonna have to work more than one job, or you gonna get treated so bad that it's just gonna be like, I can't do this. Jay-Z played the motherfucking game, and he is a billionaire right now. He utilized his gift years ago, and it has taken him to great lengths as of today. Follow your dreams. That is one thing that these folks cannot control. Do not allow false obstacles that people try to bring in your life stop you, stifle you. Learn from it, grow from it, be a stronger person from it. Because black people, you will have not only white people hate on you, you will have other black people hate on you that feel that if I ain't got there, I'm not going to let you get there. Do not allow anybody to control what God has given, which is a talent or an idea. The hell with all that other shit. Jobs come and go. Your ass could be sitting on a high horse and fall the next day if you're dependent upon someone else supplying you of a basic need, which is financial stability. Financial stability. If you can do the job and you are not being allowed to do the job based on someone either not giving you the opportunity because of racism, or they're hindering the opportunity that you were given and making it hard, do not put up with that shit. Always have a plan B and C when you're talking about going on any corporation. If you do not have an idea or talent readily available, think of one, figure it out, or else you're gonna stay stuck working 2-3 jobs all the way up until you're 50 years old, 60 years old, and shit gets hard. Do not allow yourself to become a victim of any type of abuse. If you do work a corporate job, work that corporate job, have a plan to get the fuck about that corporate job, whether it be through your 401k, if that's all you can think of, or it's something else. But for those black people, I'm talking to those black people that have talents, goals, dreams, ideas, aspirations to get up off of that, who can't take that, find a passion for something. Work on a talent. Work on something that can get you out of that negative situation. Period. So I'm gonna end this live here, but for those who listens to this video, please, leave some commentary either on what it is that I'm saying or what it is that I'm talking about. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell so that y'all can get notifications every time I go live. And I really appreciate the little bit of viewers that have been coming in and viewing this video, since I haven't been doing these that often as of lately, and I just started back after a few years of not doing it. So definitely engage with me and correspond, and I will correspond with you, and hopefully somebody can give me some ideas on what to talk about. And I look forward to jumping back on the live again when I have something to talk about. And y'all stay blessed. I'm out.